Easter Island, known to its native people as Rapa Nui, has long captured the world's imagination with its massive stone heads scattered across a remote Pacific landscape. Yet modern archaeology has revealed that these statues, once thought to be simple monolithic heads, hide a much deeper and more complex story beneath the surface. Excavations by Dr. Jo Ann van Tilburg and her Easter Island Statue Project team expose the truth. The famous Moai statues are complete human figures, some buried up to 30 feet underground. As soil was carefully removed, archaeologists uncovered shoulders, torsos, and arms folded across the stomachs of these massive figures. The statues were covered in intricate carvings, spirals, crescent shapes, and sacred symbols that had been perfectly preserved underground for centuries. Each Moai was deliberately placed facing inland, toward the villages, as if guarding and protecting the descendants of those who carved them. Many also wore huge red stone hats known as *puko*, symbols of high rank that represented the top knots worn by powerful chiefs. Nearby, archaeologists found ancient tools, picks, chisels, and hammers, left behind as if the workers had suddenly abandoned their work, freezing a moment in time for over 1,000 years. The craftsmanship revealed by these buried statues is astonishing. The Moai display lifelike features, long noses, strong chins, and distinct expressions that seem almost human. Some were even fitted with eyes made from white coral and black or red pupils, giving them a startlingly realistic gaze. These eyes, rediscovered in 1978 by archaeologist Sergio Rapu, brought the statues back to life. When replicas were installed in a Moai, the effect was haunting. The once blank faces seemed aware, their gaze following anyone who moved nearby. Oral traditions had long described the Moai as living ancestors who watched over the people, and now science had confirmed that belief in the most visual way possible. Another astonishing discovery came in 2011, when researchers near the Rana Raraku quarry uncovered dozens of deep pits filled with bright red pigment made from hematite and magnetite. This sacred pigment, used in Polynesian rituals to symbolize mana, spiritual power, was once thought to have been abandoned when the island's forests disappeared. Yet these pigment pits were dated to between 1200 and 1650 CE, proving that Easter Island's society remained organized and thriving long after its supposed collapse. The pigment was carefully prepared, stored, and sealed beneath stone lids, evidence of large-scale community coordination. Archaeologists now know that many Moai were originally painted red during rituals that honored ancestors and celebrated life cycles. The discovery overturned the long-held theory that Rapa Nui's people had destroyed themselves through overexploitation. Instead, it revealed a community that continued to innovate, adapt, and sustain its traditions for centuries. Further beneath the surface, archaeologists made an even more extraordinary discovery: hidden burial chambers beneath the Ahu platforms, the ceremonial stone bases upon which the Moai stand. These chambers, constructed with perfectly fitted stone blocks, held the remains of priests, chiefs, and artisans. Inside were tools, ornaments, and shells from distant islands, revealing trade connections and cultural exchange across the Pacific. Some chambers contained multiple generations of the same family, showing that Rapa Nui society maintained long-lasting lineages and a deep respect for ancestry. Offerings of food, water, and precious items were left in small niches carved into the platforms above, rituals meant to honor those buried below. Red pigment traces found within the chambers suggest that the same sacred color used on the statues was also used during burial ceremonies, further connecting life, death, and spirituality in one continuous cultural expression. One of the island's most baffling mysteries is the *Rongorongo* script, a unique writing system discovered in 1864 by a French missionary named Eugene Iraud. Carved onto wooden tablets using shark teeth or obsidian tools, the intricate symbols represented a true written language, the only one of its kind in all of Polynesia. Written in a rare pattern called ***, where each line alternates direction, Rongorongo contained hundreds of distinct signs depicting people, animals, plants, and abstract shapes. Sadly, by the time Europeans arrived, very few islanders still knew how to read them. The knowledge had been passed down orally and was nearly erased by disease, slavery, and colonization. Modern linguists have yet to decipher the tablets fully, but they believe the symbols recorded genealogies, religious chants, and histories of the island's earliest people. The very existence of Rongorongo challenges the old notion that Polynesian societies lacked writing systems, proving that Rapa Nui had achieved a unique level of intellectual and cultural sophistication. Around the 14th century, the island underwent a major religious and political transformation. Archaeological evidence from the ceremonial village of Orongo, perched on the rim of the Rano Cow crater, revealed the rise of the Birdman cult, a new belief system that replaced ancestor worship. The Birdman ceremony, or Tangata Manu, revolved around a daring competition in which representatives from various clans swam across shark-infested waters to a nearby islet, Matu Nui, to retrieve the first egg of the migratory sooty tern. The man who succeeded earned divine favor, and his sponsor became the Birdman, ruler of the island for the next year. Orongo's 53 stone houses and over 480 petroglyphs depicting birdmen, deities, and ceremonial scenes show how dramatically society shifted from hereditary power to spiritual competition. This transformation likely arose from environmental pressures and the need to redistribute power during times of scarcity, showing again the adaptability of Rapa Nui culture. In recent years, DNA analysis and modern archaeology have completely rewritten Easter Island's tragic end. Once believed to have suffered a self-inflicted ecological collapse, new evidence shows that the island's population remained healthy and stable until European contact in 1722. The true catastrophe came later, brought by outsiders. Between 1862 and 1863, Peruvian slave traders kidnapped nearly half of the island's population, while European diseases such as smallpox and tuberculosis devastated those who remained. By 1877, only 111 native Rapa Nui people survived, a 96% loss. Yet DNA evidence reveals that even through this unimaginable destruction, the survivors preserved their Polynesian ancestry, their language, and their identity, rebuilding their community in defiance of history. Today, advanced technologies are peeling back the final layers of mystery. Ground-penetrating radar, satellite imaging, and 3D laser scanning are revealing new roads, agricultural terraces, and buried structures that show Easter Island was once a thriving, interconnected society with a sophisticated understanding of engineering and astronomy. The Easter Island Statue Project continues to unearth buried Moai, each adding new detail to the island's artistic and cultural legacy. Every discovery reinforces the same truth: Easter Island's history is not one of failure or isolation, but of endurance, intelligence, and profound creativity. Far from being a cautionary tale of environmental ruin, the true story of Easter Island is one of resilience. It's a testament to how a small, isolated community carved its identity in stone, preserved its spirit through catastrophe, and left behind a legacy that still watches over the world today, silent yet eternally alive in the eyes of the Moai.